Everyone, and welcome to the first episode of this Construct 3 tutorial. In this episode, I'll be showing you how to launch Construct 3, how to open a Construct 3 file, and how to navigate your way around that file. So, to begin, go to any search engine, Google, Safari, Microsoft Edge, whatever you have, just open that up, and in the search bar, type in Construct 3. Depending on which one you use, there may be some ads at the top, but it should be the first real link, and if you've done it correctly, you should be presented with this page right here. What you want to do from here is go to the middle towards the left where it says Launch Construct 3 and click that. You'll then be brought to the second page where you want to click this second button, Launch the Guided Tour. This is where Construct 3 actually is. I wish there was an easier way to get to it, but I have not found one. If you find one, just let me know down below and I will make that available in the first episode I record since seeing that. However, as far as I know, this is the only way to actually get to Construct 3. Now that you have it open, there are a few ways where you can always come back to this. My classmates like to bookmark this page so they can close and come back to it whenever they want. I work with Construct 3 so often that I just leave this page open and I'll always be brought to it if I go there. But whatever way works best for you, you can do. So this should be the first thing that you see when you click that button. If you have never used Construct 3 before, I would recommend taking the guided tour. Even though everything that I cover will be similar to what is in the guided tour, it's still a good idea to learn it from a different way. It might help you better. But if you've already used Construct 3 or you don't have the time for that, you just want to watch these tutorials, then just click no thanks, not now. This will be the next thing that you see. This is a little bit glitched out. I do not know why, but what you see should be fairly similar to this. The first thing that you want to do is go to the top right corner here where it says guest. Most of you should have a free edition badge that is right here. Oh, looks like everything popped up. Most of you will have the free edition badge. Since I'm using the education edition, I do not have that badge there, but it is perfectly fine if you have that free badge there. What you then want to do is, if you've never used Construct 3 before, register for an account. It is free to do so, or if you already have one, click login. So I will go log in and I will be right back. Okay, now that I'm logged in, you can see my username is in the top right corner here. And now we can move on with creating the Construct 3 file. So what you want to do is click new here. If you already have one open, you can click open to access it directly, or if you've recently worked on it, you can go to these recent projects here and click on it through there. You do not need to pay attention to any of these. I have never used them before, so it's just these things that are important. So what you want to do, click new. If you are creating a new project, I'm going to name mine tutorial. It's pretty important that you name your projects because things can quickly get out of hand and you can forget which one is which. You don't need to change any of these things here, especially if it's the first time working in Construct 3. If you already know what you're doing, then you can kind of mess around with these, but it's not important that you change those. So once you open the file, this should be the first thing that you see. It can look like a lot, but it's pretty easy to get a hang of. Everything on the left should be the details of whatever you have selected. Right now we don't have anything selected, so it's just the details of the file. In the right, you will see everything that you are working with. So once we start adding more things in, we will see more images. If we add in sound, we'll see sounds. If we add in more layouts and event sheets, which we will get to in another video, then we'll see those here too. This is kind of where everything lives. Layers are kind of what they sound like. If you've ever worked with online images, you will know how different layers kind of refer to what you can see. So imagine if you had two pieces of paper. You had one that was a circle and one that was a triangle. You could put the circle on top of the triangle and you would predominantly see the circle, but you can see parts of the triangle underneath it. That's kind of like what a layout is, what different layers are and how to use them. But don't worry about those, we'll get to them in another video. For now, you just kind of want to familiarize yourself with all these. And if you don't see them, no worries, just click menu, view, bars, and you will have all these pop up. You can just select whichever one you're missing. And then let's say you don't like the size of the game that you are working with. You can come over here change the size. Let's say I want it to be twice as long. Replace 1000 with 2000, and now it's twice as long. Layout is going to be what you see in your game pretty much. So your characters, your enemies, your background, your platforms, anything that you have in your game, you're going to be able to see here. In the event sheet, that's going to be where kind of the processing of your game happens. If you have the right arrow key down, that's going to be what causes your character to move. If you have your character colliding with an enemy, then your character dies. That's all going to exist in the event sheet. So, a few other things to keep in mind. If you want to save your project, just click on this button, Save Project. And if you want to run your game to see what it looks like, you click Preview with this little triangle icon here. Right now, we have nothing in our game, so it's just a gray screen. But that will change when we start adding things in. So, that's all for this first video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.